So what is our dating club?
So I think it started off, I guess we'd been making events for a while and talking about different ideas, especially the struggles of dating in London. And from that, I think we came up with, after going to a speed dating event, we were like, this is fun. Why don't we do this?
That's actually how we first bonded properly. I think that was when we went to this speed dating event together with some other girls. It was like a big night out.
Lots of drinks.
Like, that's so fun. Then we quoted like every time. We're like, oh, I would love a night out like that again.
We wanted to create the dating experience that we wanted to go to. And I don't think it's like a type of person. It's more of like an energy, that we attract. Because we'd get all types of like work backgrounds.
People in tech, finance.
Okay.
They're not artists.
Yeah.
Like open people.
Yeah.
Exactly. Open-minded, up for a bit of fun. And yeah, I think that was the kind of the concept. We wanted to make dating fun again. Like we've said, wanted to make it cool to be single.
Make dating fun again.
That's not good. But yeah, I think it's, especially from my experience, I find dating in London could be very lonely. And even though you have single friends, it feels like everyone's kind of on a journey alone.
Just like, when you meet someone in real life, you don't really look at them like that. You like, I don't feel the vibe. Whereas on the apps, it's like you kind of judge them based on 6 pictures.
Yeah.
You don't expect anything from people in real life. You're like, this is all just, I don't know, you just don't really have an idea in your head. You just kind of accept what everything is.
I think that's it. You're more open to like reshaping your connection. Like, this, I'm not here on a date. It's like, this could be my friend, my colleague, my business partner. It's like
my wife.
Yeah, but I feel like when you're dating, right, it's like, oh, this is it.
Yeah,
this could be the one. It's a lot of pressure.
It's true. It's dealing, and also I think there's always especially from on the apps, you have an idea of this person, and it's never what your idea is anyway. And it's just kind of like, why do we create these illusions of these people before we even go on dates with them?
Hello. Welcome to another episode of the Jeoffrey Sarpong podcast. Today I'm here with Our Dating Club. Hello, girls. How are we doing?
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you guys here. So before we start, could you introduce yourself? Isabella, you go first.
So nice to meet you, viewers. My name's Isabella, and I'm one of the co-founders of Art Dating Club.
I'm Jana, and I also run Our Dating Club with Isabella.
That's amazing. All right, let's start by telling them what Our Dating Club is. Can you tell us about what Our Dating Club does? How do you guys meet? And what the experience has been like?
Absolutely. I guess it's probably best to start from the beginning, do you think?
Or beginning, yeah.
So me and Jana met. Through work. Jana interviewed me for a job on Zoom.
Yeah.
Back during just after COVID.
Years ago, 5 years ago.
It's mad when you think about it, because I feel like I've known you for like my whole life.
Yeah.
But it's actually only been 5 years.
Yeah.
That isn't that long.
Which is still quite long, actually.
It's long.
Years.
Yeah, people get married after 5 years.
Yes.
Some people get married after 2, less than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Janet interviewed me. I begged for the job.
And then it was love.
As we all do. I've done that many a times.
And yeah, love at first sight, I guess.
Yeah.
I felt like we vibed from the start.
From the beginning when we first met.
Yeah, and I can tell because you guys really bring that vibe to what you do and what Our Dating Club is. So what is Our Dating Club?
So I think it started off, I guess we'd been making events for a while and talking about different ideas, especially the struggles of dating in London. And from that, I think we came up with, after going to a speed dating event, we were like, this is fun. Why don't we do this?
That's actually how we first bonded properly. I think that was when we went to this speed dating event together with some other girls. It was like a big night out.
Lots of drinks.
Like, that's so fun. Then we quoted like every time. We're like, oh, I would love a night out like that again.
Yeah,
True.
yeah. And you guys said that you had like different ideas, right? But you landed on dating. Why dating specifically?
I think from our experiences of dating in London, I think we, like we were saying, I think it's not a great dating scene.
It's not.
Everyone's quite closed off.
Yeah.
Quite tiring.
Yeah. We'll definitely get into that because tell me, guys, like I speak to all people all the time, and one issue our generation has is almost dating. You know, it's like dating, relationships, love, they're all kind of meshed together. And it's like when that kind of happens, you realize there's something there that we're not understanding, something there that we're not really kind of paying attention to.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to start by first understanding like your experiences with the dating scene and why you chose to like make a better version of it, you know, and why art and dating fit for you. So do you want to tell me first of why art in like this kind of sphere? Why was art important in this kind of endeavor that you guys did?
I think it's just because we're creatives, and I feel like that feels natural. It's okay. It feels natural for both of us to incorporate that in the world of dating, but I don't think it's that. It is important, but it's not like the main factor. It's just what we know. But yeah, I think it's just in general, we think it's like a good idea to have this second thing, just to get people talking, get like a filtering system where people are more, we attract like more creative people.
I was gonna say, I think I've been to one of your events, and I think that's what it is. Like you have a certain type of people that come to these events, and I think open-mindedness, you know, kind of creative, you know, willing to take risks, willing to like engage with you guys. What have you found about like hosting the events? What kind of people do you kind of attract?
I think, I mean, to start off with, I think we wanted to create the type of dating app that we wanted to go to, or not dating app, sorry. We wanted to create the dating experience that we wanted to go to. And I don't think it's like a type of person, it's more of like an energy, that we attract. Because we get all types of like work backgrounds.
People in tech, finance. So they're not artists.
Yeah.
Like open people.
Exactly. Open-minded, up for a bit of fun. And I think that was the kind of the concept. We wanted to make dating fun again. Like we've said, wanted to make it cool to be single.
Make dating fun again.
That's not good. But yeah, I think it's, especially from my experience, I find dating in London could be very lonely. And even though you have single friends, it feels like everyone's kind of on a journey alone. You do definitely have that kind of like, you're kind of alone, especially because there's so much like issues or problems that it seems specific to certain apps. So like, say you go on a date, you go like, you wouldn't believe what this person did. And it's like, it feels like everyone is doing that, and it feels really weird. Let's kind of talk about the dating scene then, like for a second. And what were your thoughts on London dating scene before you guys started your event? I think for me, it's all I've ever really known. Because I was in London during uni. So like a big part of like my 20s was dating in London. But I think it feels very chaotic. It feels like everyone's looking for something, but not quite sure what they're looking for. It feels like it's very competitive, like especially on the apps. It does almost feel like a job interview, I'd say. I think it's like this weird kind of I think the apps has created like a strange world where you're kind of judging people purely on like vibe or like aesthetic. And I think like what I love about our events is like it's not really about that. It's more about like whether you just get along with someone. And it's just about kind of having fun. Whereas like swiping the apps, I think it gets to a point where it's no longer fun. It's a job.
It's so superficial as well, I think. It's just like, how can you really tell?
Speak more on that. What kind of superficial are you talking about?
It's just like, you know, when you meet someone in real life, you don't really look at them like that. You like, I don't feel the vibe. Whereas on the apps, it's like you kind of judge them based on 6 pictures.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you don't expect anything from people in real life. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll get this is all just. I don't know. You just don't really have an idea in your head. You just kind of accept what everything is.
I think that's it. You're more open to like reshaping
Mm.
your connection. Like,
Yeah.
this I'm not here on a date. It's like this could be my friend, my colleague, my business partner. It's like
My wife.
yeah, but I feel like when you're dating, right, it's like, oh, this is it.
Yeah,
This
you-
could be the one. It's a lot of pressure.
It's true. It's dealing, and also I think there's always especially from on the apps, you have an idea of this person, and it's never what your idea is anyway. And it's just kind of like, why do we create these illusions of these people before we even go on dates with them? Because it's always like, oh, they're much more shyer than they come across on their profile, or they're much more
Yeah.
confident, and then it's like, why are we even creating this? Like,
Yeah.
but I think it's almost like human nature to actually imagine. So the apps give you that sort of, creates that sort of vibe
Yeah.
and environment.
I think it's like also like how the digital platform shows up, like because you're just looking at people for characteristics, you're kind of looking for those characteristics and expecting those characteristics, and also you can filter for those characteristics. So it kind of is a very different way to handle human beings. Like you don't look at them as like, oh, you are a person. You look at them as like, you're really just like a profile character.
2D,
and I can just go 2D, I mean, I can do whatever I want to a 2D character. And that creates this sense that people feel like they're not connecting. Even when they do meet people in real life, it's like, oh, like something was missing. And it's like, well, I think maybe it's the way we go into it at the beginning. Once you guys noticed this problem, though, how did you go about trying to kind of address it in your kind of events? What do you do different at your events that kind of goes against this, what you just talked about?
I guess actually what's interesting is both of us, when we've been dating from the apps, we are quite like activity daters. And that's, I think from that, I think we put a lot of stress and emphasis on bringing activities to dating. I think from experiences, like we've been on many drink dates,
pub, bar.
no food.
I'm curious. Okay, I'm curious now. Okay, tell me about some of the experiences that you saw. You went, okay, I don't want to do that again. I want to do something completely different.
Good point. Do you want to start?
Do you want to start, John?
It's just, it's like no shade to anyone who's ever taken
Any ex-daters watching going, what a bitch.
I recognise that, dude.
to like a bar and
Sounds
there's no creativity. I do like a conversation. I feel like a bar is like nice, but I kind of want a bit more effort. Whereas I thought, I kind of like when we bond over an activity and then I don't know. It's just like
The lack of effort. That's the
the getting drunk and then kissing and then going home. And
Yeah.
I do like that.
Exactly. It's like I find it's like almost just like how many drinks can we drink
Until one of us is like,
makes a move or something. Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
And then there's always from those dates, no shade as well. I find like there's never food involved as well. Like there's no, it's like I'm fucking starving, but I'll drink another beer.
Yeah, because why would we meet at like 7:00? That's before my dinner time, personally. And then there's no food.
They're not thinking about your dinner time. It's like you gotta be sequential. You gotta
You know
put
what?
some
I don't
thought
know if
into
you've
this.
ever had those moments where you're like, shall I ask if we're getting food? Is that too
too
intense? And you're like,
Feels like you're allowed to ask for getting food, no?
maybe, I feel like I've spoken to people and I myself,
Yeah.
like asking for food feels really intense. And I'm like, but
Because
why?
they think it's like a sit-down dinner, but we can get bagel from Bagel.
I'm hungry. I want to sit down dinner. Like,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh, I'd love that too. Actually.
yeah. But I know what you mean. Yeah, it kind of feels like, like a different level of intimacy. If you ask them, oh, let's go and get food, and it's like, what we are now like food. We get food now. People get.
But it's strange how that's even a thing.
Yeah.
Like, especially when we were saying like with my mates, I don't really go to the pub and just drink loads of drinks. I usually we end up like I don't know. That's not really how I hang out. I know lots of people do that, and it's no shade on them. But I think I prefer like more enrich.
It's true.
Yeah. You do more things than just that, you know. Like, you know, sometimes you go gallery, sometimes you do just different activities and stuff like that. It's not just focus on one.
I think I'd run out of things to talk about as well.
Yeah.
It's like amazing how you can end up on like a 4-hour date to a stranger talking about random shit.
Just coming up with stuff to talk about. It's okay, big question then. I like to start big questions and attack it from different angles. What do you think people get wrong about love and dating, like currently in our modern like kind of environment? I want to ask both of you this question because I know you probably have different opinions. But yeah, what do you think is the one thing people get wrong when they start dating people?
It's a big question. I'm still working out myself.
I'm still learning like every day. I feel like I get a lot of things wrong.
Okay, let's turn the question upside down then. What have you figured out since you've started dating about dating? What's one thing you figured out this, you know, okay, that I know I'm doing right, you know, that's different from what you previously thought?
For like dating, I don't know, I can't speak about love.
We'll get into love.
So like just dating, I feel like it's really not in a horrible way. It's like not really that deep. It is deep, but not that deep. You know, like for me, I've been on dates where, I don't know, I really like the connection, but they want, I don't know, like relationship material like that. And then I'm like, okay, well, let's be friends. And I really like when dates end up becoming like a friendly thing. And I have a lot of friends that I met through the apps. I love my exes. And I think it's like you know, it's like we don't have to be awkward about it. Like, you know, you connect. And then it's something else. We don't have to be like, okay.
So it doesn't always have to be romantic. It can also be like platonic if you find good connection with someone.
Yeah.
That's really wise. Yeah, I agree. What about you?
So I think one thing we've spoken about before as well, it's like having like meeting someone halfway and like being open to that. And then also like allowing yourself to keep re-meeting them. Because I think what's different from like a relationship and like a bestie is a lot more pressure involved. Like, although I think your relationship should feel like one of your best friends, I think sometimes there's a lot more sensitivity around a relationship because it's just so much more of an intense thing. You're giving a lot more of yourself to your relationship. So I think, agreeing to meet someone halfway, because I think I've found from experience, it's like you can bring your own issues into it and they can bring their own issues, and sometimes you have conflicting ideas on what a relationship is, but you've got to kind of listen and open up and allow yourself to feel what they're feeling, even if you don't really believe in it at the time. I think you articulated it so much better than I did the other night. I think it was like, just like me, like agreeing to meet halfway. I think I've stole that from you actually, or like, I don't know.
Claim that. I would claim it's like, I did say that.
I don't agree with this.
I personally do not meet anyone.
You come to me. I go backwards. You have to make the ground up.
Sometimes you should be like that.
No, but I think I agree with that too. I think that's so important. I think especially at the beginning, because the example you gave of the bestie and the relationship is so true, because with a bestie you kind of understand, oh, okay, this person doesn't mean me harm, like they're clearly just their own person, we get along and I'm going to give them the grace and we're going to grow together. But with a relationship it kind of feels like they do one thing wrong, like you don't meet the requirements and you're supposed to be perfect, because if you're not perfect for me now, then we're not going to have any hope in the future. And it kind of, that's not like how relationships work, you know, like you grow and you go, okay, they don't mean that, or maybe they don't even realize they're doing that, you know. And then, you know, I feel like we don't have that perspective in our generation. Yeah,
it's true. I think because of, again, the apps, I think it's created this illusion that there's enough people out there now, so you probably can find the one.
Yes.
It's like they're just somewhere in the crowd. And whereas I guess when you speak to our parents or the older generations, I feel like they're like, and we met, and then we got married. There was no like, and then I ghosted them for 2 weeks, and then I came back.
I didn't reply to their letter, and they came and found me. Yeah. That's a really interesting point. I'm gonna just piggyback on that. What do you think about the perspective that like there are more people now, and now we feel like we can find the right person out there? Is that been a good thing or a bad thing? Do you think?
To me, I think it's not that it's a bad thing. I guess it's good for people because it's like motivating. Like, okay, well, next. But I think it is for me. I do struggle with it because it kind of, I don't know. Like you treat people like they're so disposable, and then you're just like you connect. You know, you talk so much. Especially on the apps, like I don't know about you guys, but like sometimes I'm not on it anymore, but like prone to like texting, and then you meet and you connect, you have this connection, you meet again, and then suddenly goodbye. And I don't know, I like I was saying before, why can't we be friends or colleagues? Like I thought we had a connection.
Yeah, it's true.
But I feel like people are just like so they find it so easy to just
dispose because it's like the illusion of choice, right? They think like this fine didn't work out, there'll be a next person out there.
Yeah. I think relationships require work, and it's not ever going to be easy. And I think you've got to like be aware of that in order to have good relationships, because there's always going to be a back and forth. You're always going to have to communicate your needs, listen to their needs, and I think it's allowing yourself to have an imperfect relationship because it will eventually, through communication, get
better.
Be perfect. And you'll mold into each other, I think, anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I think the kind of where I see the problem started with, at least for me, it's like early on, is the romantic movies and the romantic kind of art that we've been kind of consuming since early on, right? It's like when I was a kid, I watched all these romantic films and, you know, I was like, oh my God, that's what love is. You know, it's like, you know, like save the girl, or like, I don't know, you get saved or you find yourself through. And then so you're kind of looking for that when you go into real life experiences, expecting it to be, you know, all tied up in an hour and a half, which is not how reality is. I want to talk about that then. What, like, you know, where we get our idealized perception of love and where that comes from. Early on, when you were kind of watching movies early on, what shaped your idea of romance? Is there like a particular film or movies that kind of influenced you?
You're a movies girl.
I am a movies girl.
Go on.
I was thinking about this actually earlier, and I think when I think about love, I do think about like my parents. Actually, they had, but they definitely argued all the time. But I'm saying, I think, like I referred to earlier, it's like I think that generation, it was just like, yeah, then we just met at a party and that was it. So I think actually for me it's that, as well as I guess in film narrative, it's like it's just all happens. It's like they see each other, and I think 10 Things I Hate About You is one of my favourite films. And it's just like they were meant to be, and then they met each other, and that was it. So I think what I think's interesting about the world that we live in now is social media's created so many more like avenues and channels into the mix. You're not just going to meet your lover through at work or at a party. You now could potentially meet them online, and it's like it's just so confusing now. I'm like, I don't think there's no right way. Like I know a lot of people who've met on the apps and they're in like beautiful relationships, they're getting married, but I think there's just so many options now. It's almost like I feel like our generation are like, what's it called when you've got too many options and you just don't know what way to look?
Paralyzed by choice.
Exactly,
like that.
and that's what I think it feels like, and nothing feels right because everything is we've got the new way of meeting people and the old way, and it's like I don't really know what. There's no right answer. It's just confusing.
I'm confused.
Confused.com. Okay, yeah. What about you? What do you think? Do you agree with that perspective that romance movies kind of harm our perception of love? That's the kind of the idea that I thought about.
I don't think it's harmful per se, but I think it is. I don't know, like when I was, I don't know how old, 10, I don't know, I used to watch like Disney films, and it's like those magical, the princess meets the prince and blah, blah, blah. And it's always like, it's so focused on love and like romance. And I think that is kind of harmful because there's other relationships that you should nurture as well, and your relationship within yourself. And it's always like this helpless woman.
That's the goal.
And then like, oh, I'll be complete when I find my love. And I think that is kind of harmful. Not to deep it, but I think it's like not a good lesson to be teaching children. But then also like the just films growing up, we were talking about this. It's like it portrays like a very passionate, kind of crazy, chaotic relationship where if you're like always arguing or always like you're like in love, love at first sight, blah blah blah. That's like, wow, that's my soulmate. Where love is like not like that, you know. It's like steady, calm. Like, you're not like, oh my god, I love him, blah blah blah. It's not like that.
It's true.
So for me, it's harmful for me personally, because I feel like when I go on dates and I'm like, oh, I didn't feel this initial spark, goodbye, you know, then it's like, it's bad.
What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's like glamorizing like intensity.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of films glamorize like this, like it's a whirlwind, and then all this drama happened, and then we eventually fell in love. Whereas like, no, it should be calm, and it shouldn't feel crazy and debilitating.
Yeah.
I also love what you said about like portraying like relationships as the goal, or like the one true person as the goal. Whereas like, that was, to be fair, in my early 20s, I was like, I want to date, I want to be in a relationship. Whereas like, if I was focusing on my side hustle earlier, I would have been happier. Like, I don't think relationships, they are great, but I don't think they actually always provide you the happiness that we're led to believe in the movies.
It's not going to complete you. It's like nice. It's good to have and whatever.
Yeah, no, I agree. I completely agree with you. And I think it's the idea, right? It's like, you complete me. That kind of perspective has always been pushed on us. And I'm a sucker for it too. I'm a poet and a hopeless romantic. So it's like, I'm like, oh my God, like, you know, you find someone that you find like, you know, life is always colourful. But that, like you were saying, there's so many other parts of life that's also just as colourful and just as important. And almost like you need to have that in order to find someone, be yourself, and then you can connect on that level.
It's true. It's almost like, I wish someone told me, try to find love, like right after you've done everything you want.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I think you are also, like you said, like you're a better person. Like you're not like trying to make something your main personality. It's like, you present yourself better, you're more confident, you don't get as upset when things don't work out, because you're like, that's just something, that's not going to give me that as much happiness as I think it would. Whereas side hustles for the win. Building community.
Focus on your side hustle.
Focus on your, forget love.
Focus on your
Go make the money. Go make some money.
Or just doing things you love, and then
agree.
hopefully love finds you that way.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the best way, right?
Yeah, and I feel like when you're not looking, you attract better people. I feel like that suits your needs. When you're like, oh, I need love and I need attention, you will settle for crumbs.
Yeah.
It's true.
Or maybe you even settle for less, instead of like understanding that you have a lot within anyway.
Yeah.
You don't need someone to come and fill that gap. You go, actually, I know who I am almost. I know what I know what I can bring to myself. I feel like a lot of times people are trying to, you know, like get rid of the loneliness they feel, you know, within, you know, that kind of like, you know, just there's no community around them, and so they kind of want to fill that loneliness with people, but you can't find it in one person, so they keep looking. But then that becomes his own problem, you know. So I think maybe find a community, find art dating club.
Art dating club, come to us. Stay single.
Stay single.
Single is cool.
No, it is cool.
On that, actually, what have you guys found about building a community? So you guys, obviously, a year ago you started this. What does it take to build the community you guys have built today?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's made me feel whole. It's only been a year, but I think it's something that feels like a family.
Yeah.
That's so cute. That's so cute.
Even though like that's so also red flag for like someone who owns a business. It's a family.
We're all a family here, guys.
We're a big family.
None of you are leaving.
But it does feel like something that I love, because it's a creative expression. It builds community, and it gives us money.
that part is very important.
But no, I think it's the community thing, and we've met so many people from it.
Yeah, we have our regulars that we feel like we're friends with. We also have our interns who come like regularly. They just want to help. Yeah.
We've met you through Art Dating Club, which is mad.
Yeah, and it's just people wanting to hang out.
Yeah. I think it's because of what you guys have built. Like, you know, from my perspective, it's just such a genuine place focused on an issue which, you know, this generation needs help with. But from perspective, which is like, you know, like it's a human perspective. It's like, come here, we'll sit down, we'll do some art. And then you guys host it so beautifully, you know, you make people find that community, you know. And I think, you know, I like I was telling before, I do poetry open mics, and so I see that community. I see people come, share a part of themselves, and feel like they're accepted for just being who they are.
Yeah.
And I think in a capitalist, but you know, in such a society that we live in, it's very hard for people to find that. So when they find that, you know, they really gravitate towards it. You know, and I think it's such an important thing that you guys do, because like, oh yeah, people do need a safe space. You know, they need people to places to come and be like, I can just be myself here. And I can meet people.
Exactly that. I think it's like, I like thinking like, if we've taken like two things that can create loneliness, like creativity and like being single, and it's like we're trying to unite people on those things and have fun.
Yeah, I think it's so important for us to make sure that people are relaxed, people are having fun, they're not so focused on, again, like, I'm going to be here to meet the love of my life. It is very community-based. Like, people come out of it like, oh, meet some friends. It's also dating. Like, people are dating, but it's, like, not the goal.
What are some of your favourite moments that you've had since you've been running these events? You want to go first?
I think most recently we've just started a new event format called Pitch Your Mates, which I did invite you to.
Yes.
You didn't come.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was working, guys. It's not that I didn't want to come. I was working, doing that poetry thing I was talking about. But anyway, sorry.
But I think we'll do it again. But it's basically inspired by, I think, New York.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've probably seen it on the gram or TikTok. But essentially, people pitch their single friends. So you get a lot of like best friends pitching each other.
Yeah. Like a presentation format?
Exactly, like a PowerPoint presentation.
That's hilarious.
They've got 5 minutes. There's a Q&A at the end.
Will people ask questions about their friend and their friend is there?
Yeah, the friend sits like on the side.
That's terrifying.
No, it's
so lovely.
As the friend, I think I was terrified as the friend. You'd be like, what's he going to say? Like,
yeah.
It was so much fun. Like, I think it's like, obviously we do the speed dating and the art as well, but I think it gave a new element to our events, which felt like, it almost felt like a night out. It felt very like you're watching something, and like everyone was like cheering, everyone was like kind of together experiencing someone. And like the things people say about their friends is so lovely.
I think it's a good excuse to just come and say nice things about your friends. It's so sweet.
Yeah.
I really loved it.
It's true. It gave people like a stage, and I feel like it's weird because it's like, obviously with social media people have a platform, but it was like a sort of different sort of.
it's real.
Yeah,
It's literally
exactly.
a platform. Yeah.
It was literally a platform. It was like a show.
Yeah.
And it was very humanising. It was very.
That's beautiful. That's so beautiful.
It's beautiful.
What about you, John? What was your favourite moment?
I'm a hypocrite because I was saying like it's not about finding the one or love and blah 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 and blah 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 whatever. But I do really love when people match. It's my favorite thing. It's like when they like find someone and they're like, okay, can you put me in touch? Dates. I love hearing about the dates after. I know, it's so sweet.
That's so cool. That's so, because that's like the point, right? I mean, the point is to come and find community and have fun. But like, I kind of want to find someone also. Like, you know, when you do that, when you make that happen, you brought two people together.
Cupids.
Yeah,
You literally Cupids.
doing God's work. Like, can't wait to hear about the like the marriages and the children.
That's so amazing. I think honestly, like hosting community and bringing people together is such a privilege. And I think it's so important for people to kind of realize that. I feel like more and more we need community. More and more people need to find places where they can express themselves in different format. And like, you know, when it comes to dating, especially because we can't just let the apps be the only way we meet people. You know, I think like that's been the mistake a little bit with what we've kind of developed. Dating itself isn't bad. Dating gets a bad rep. It's just how the funnel we use it. The dating apps itself, kind of, you know, like we've just spoke about today, don't really help us. So let's help ourselves by, you know, bringing ourselves together and just meeting people.
It's true, having fun.
Yeah, and being more creative about.
We also get right. We also get a lot of hot men and women coming to our events.
That was like the best marketing too. Forget everything I said. There are hot people, guys. Stop messing around.
Hot, that's cool, open-minded, very chill vibes.
Yeah, and I think also I love the fact that there's that creative element. You know, like one question I had was, well, how do you think the creative element helps? You know, like you were mentioning before, when people draw and they're talking, they're more like it's easier to almost get along, or something like that. You were saying. You talk a little bit more how the creative part helps with the event itself.
I feel like the doing something with your hands is like grounding, because you're doing something and you're just not focused on the actual conversation. You know? Well, you're still like having these conversations, but it's more natural. That's why, like, when you, I don't know about you, but like, you know, when you're cooking, like walking, doing something else, like the conversation feels more natural because it's flow state. Like, talk to me, and it's like this. It is just a bit more, I don't know, like, what am I saying?
Yeah.
You're in your head more, but with extra tools, you're more out of your body, out of your head, more in your body.
I love that. Yeah, it's true. It's like, how often do we have conversations where we're just like staring at the person quite intensely? I mean, there's always something. There's always an element, whether it's like you've got a coffee, or I don't know. I think with the more, especially when it's someone new, I think it's much more natural and to like have an element which ties you together. Or gives you some common ground at least. Yeah,
and I think also it kind of helps take away the awkwardness a little bit, you know, because some people do find it awkward to just sit across someone and just speak to them. I know I do sometimes, you know. So it's like okay, let's not just, I can focus on this, and then we have something to talk about. Like, what are you drawing? And then it kind of starts. You know, you allow people into your world a little bit by doing things that you probably would just do it anyway. You know, like doodling and stuff like that. You know. You know, I think it's really cool. What kind of what do you think? Another maybe difficult question. What do you think is the relationship between like art and artistic people and like dating and romance? Like, do you think like, and I think I was talking about this before, do you think especially creative people find it difficult in dating? And if so, do you think, why do you think that is?
I think, again, like creative people are used to, like we said, used to do something with their hands. They used to doing, I would say, kind of like physical activities. So
take her on a physical activity.
So yeah, I think from the apps, I think it kind of does, not always, but it does kind of push for that. You know, like sort of drink dates. Not always. You can definitely break past that, but it is a bit like maybe that is the more natural way to meet a stranger. It's probably, maybe it is best on through drinks. So so it's a bit like, I think on the apps it's quite
difficult.
I
agree. Like, the reason I asked that question, actually, asking for a friend, as I say, I think creative people I've found are very much more in tune with their emotions. Not that's just like being general, but like there's certain creative people are very much more in tune with their emotions, more like, you know, they express themselves in different ways, and it feels like the current dating market, the way it's treated, you know, isn't conducive to those kind of people. You know, you kind of need to have some sort of disattachment, not a word, but some sort of like kind of distance from this, so you can have that perspective to be able to kind of show up as a certain type of way. And I think creative people find difficult in that climate, which is why
very intense.
Yes, yeah,
one-on-one, you've got to commit yourself to this person. Whereas, I think creative people are used to like going with the flow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like going with the vibe. There's no end, like the end product isn't
the point. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like more for the experience, more for the just kind of like thing like you were saying, like let's just vibe, let's just have a good time, and then I don't need to have anything come from this, but I just want to have a good time, as long as it's a physical activity. Yeah.
It was like, and also I feel maybe this is not true, but I feel like creatives are just more deep feelers. I don't like. We feel things
yes,
more like deeply.
Yes.
Compared.
I would say yes. I know a lot of creative people. They feel things a lot.
Yeah.
They feel a lot all the time.
A lot of the time when I'm dating, I do feel like I'm too much. Like I'm like, okay, I'm so intense. I'm feeling not like I love you already or whatever. But
it's okay to love them, right?
First day, I love you. Why are you not saying you love me back? No, but it's like that I feel there's something, I don't know, it feels
I do
more
agree, yeah.
intense.
It feels more intense, yeah.
But then they're like, whoa. So I think it's a struggle, no?
Do you find as well, like so like people who love music, they've got their music festivals. People who love football, they go to football games. Like, what about people who love like art and poetry? I mean, obviously, I think there's obviously now a lot of like more poetry readings, poetry groups, like art workshops. But I do feel like it still feels like it's not on the kind of volume as obviously like a music festival.
Yeah.
And I think there's space for like large events, for like bringing.
This is why we're here.
That's why we're here.
We're gonna make something.
We're thinking ADC need to be on the Glastonbury Pyramid stage by next
amazing,
year.
yeah. Make it happen.
Headline.
Guys, make it happen.
Pitch your mate.
Thousands and thousands of people show up. Yeah, it's like a whole queue.
Yeah, imagine.
But no, I do think you're right. Like we need like to find our people almost, and I think that comes with the process of like social media allows us to bring people together. So like, you guys are using it to kind of bring people together and, foster that,
You too.
Thank you. Also, one thing I wanted to speak about, that you're both, you have your own interests and hobbies. I think interests and hobbies are super important in the pursuit of dating, because you have to have your own world that this person will get to learn about and get to kind of like experience too. Can you tell me a little bit more about your interests and hobbies? And I know you're a creative. You do poetry, you do drawing. Tell me about that. How did you find your own artistic journey?
Actually no, like it came to me, it found me. Or like I've always loved drawing. I think I wanted to write for the longest time. I think that's what I wanted to do. And I don't know, I think it's what, like, I don't know, it's like so natural. It's what I've always done. But hobbies are very important. Like now I also do dance. I like to go to different workshops, do different events. I think that is so important for you as a person to have.
I know one hobby that we have in common is poetry. Can you tell me what you love about poetry, and not why do you do it, but like what makes you kind of express through that medium?
I think it's so, to me anyway, like when I write, it's like my way of processing emotions. Sometimes I paint and draw and blah blah blah, but there's just something different about writing your feelings, and it's almost more literal to me, and it's like exposing, like this is it. And then when you go to like open mic nights, you read it, and then people are like, oh, I feel the same way, and we find people who like, I don't know, connect to what you're feeling. But yeah, I think I go to poetry for processing my emotions. I don't know, like thinking about also like how can I make this experience that hurt me really deeply into like turn this into something
positive or artistic. No, I completely agree. I think that's kind of for me, that's where it started also. Just like, okay, like I always had like a very, like deep internal kind of way. Like I thought way more inside than sometimes I would express, and I think poetry, when I got a bit older, helped me understand that. And it was like almost a conversation with myself at the beginning. It was like, okay, maybe I can't say this, but like the poetic voice that I have can express this in a way. And then it just gave me a way out of like, kind of like, and then afterwards, like you say, when you start like sharing it with people, you find the community, you find people that think like you, find people that have that same process of feeling. You go, oh, I'm not alone. And then, that feeling is so like empowering, it's like, okay, cool. Like I can keep doing this, I can keep expressing. And I actually I figured I'm good at this. I feel like this is something that I actually enjoy doing. I think that's so important, I think like we were saying, hobbies like have a way of making you find, different aspects of yourself. Have you found that in your life also?
Yeah, so I think I love what you guys were saying about like finding your community, and I think that's what I love about getting older and also living in London. It's like, I don't know if you guys relate to this, but growing up, I always felt like I didn't have I had friends, I had like amazing friends, but I didn't have my people or my community. I felt like a bit like the black sheep, like the odd one out. And I always felt a bit weird and a bit strange. Same. And I think that is the beauty again of like getting older and like having more opportunities to meet new people. The internet as well, like finding your community there. For me, like I studied fashion at university, so like my kind of expressive form, I'd say, is like maybe style and dressing sometimes when I'm up for wearing a nice outfit. Sometimes it's trackies. That's how I'm feeling that day. And yeah, I think from discovering fashion and like my kind of type of fashion I like, big fan of alternative dressing, latex sometimes. And yeah, finding an online community through posts on socials, making content, has definitely made me feel more whole than any relationship well, I guess it is still a relationship, but like a romantic relationship has made me feel. But yeah, again, I think that's comes with age sometimes as well, like having the time to even create those spaces for yourself.
I think I agree. I think I definitely agree with that. So we've talked about dating. We've talked about how to find, a community. You guys, people come to your events, find that community, and hopefully, right, they, like each other, they match, they get the cool emails, and then, they're together in relationship. Now, I want to see if we can help people stay in relationships and stay in love. And so this is a very big topic, and I know there is no right answer to this, but simply put, what is love? What is love?
What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
First off, it would be against our business interests to promote that. We need people single.
They can bring their friends after they get together. Really. They can bring their friends and be like, "This works, guys. You find love, guaranteed."
We're more about not the end product. Yeah. We're like, stay single.
Focus on love.
Yeah, it's cool to be single, and it is.
It is cool to be single, and I do agree with you.
Yes,
but I do have the romantic part of me always likes to ask this question, right? And not to say that, like I said, there is no right answer, and but I think what we're searching for in love is how we approach dating and how we approach relationship, and I hope it's not a circular thing where we just keep dating. I hope maybe sometimes people are looking for connection and genuine, like
longevity.
Yeah, something like that. But I think most people start off the wrong way because they don't understand what love even is. Like you've said, like you kind of saw that with your parents. Same for me. I saw that at home and how people that I knew that were been together for ages and how they kind of worked with each other. But I think our generation don't really consider that. Like you might see it in your own family, but when you go outside, you're not looking for that. You might be looking for your own thing, and that's kind of where my question of like romantic films came from. Is that where we get our idea of love come from, or like? Yeah. So that's why I'm asking you. In a run of against your business interest, I do know. I am sorry. Yeah. What do you think when you approach love? How would you kind of approach that question? I'll also go after you guys go.
Okay. That's a tough question. So how do we approach love?
Yeah, what do you think love is? Like, what does love mean to you? When I say that the word love, as vague as that sounds, what comes up for you?
I think for me, could be wrong. Again, always still learning. For me, I think love should feel like wholeness, freedom. Freedom to be yourself, express your needs, without any fear or judgment. Is that, how would you say? Those, I think, are the best bonds and relationships I have when I'm truly my truest self, which is sometimes can be very ugly. But
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's so true. Jana, what do you think?
Romantic love or just in general?
That's an interesting question.
Because like love, like family love, friend love, I think I'm so well versed.
Done that.
Completed it, mate.
No need for more family members and friends. No, but like I think maybe it's all the same actually. Yeah, I think agreed. Love should be easy. You should feel like yourself. I should like encourage you to do better. Keep knowing yourself. I think it's like the curiosity as well, like staying curious about a partner or whatever. Wanting to get to know them and continue to get to know them. I feel in a relationship, I think I always, not in an incestuous way, but I look...
That's a crazy way to start that sentence.
Where's this going? Cut the cameras.
Look for cut the cameras, dead ass. But I look for can they be my... I don't want to say it now.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I know what you're saying.
Can the role of my carer, because I know people say like you shouldn't be your partner's mother or whatever, but like shouldn't you be sometimes like a brother, a sister, a mother?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's the feeling that you get from those people that you want. Yeah, because
the little
the way they care for you, as if you're kin. You want someone to have that perspective where they want your best interest at heart.
Yeah,
almost always. Not have that not feel like you don't trust them.
I love this perspective, but do you find some people have like different ideas of that, or like especially like even family relationships? And I think this is where it can kind of create a lot of friction. It's like you expect your I don't know, especially from like your history with how you were raised.
Yeah,
some people weren't raised in much of a loving environment, so they don't see it, or they don't know how to give the same sort of love that you might expect. And I think sometimes understanding that can be quite helpful, because you're like, if like I would have cared like this, but like maybe they've never been cared for like that, so they don't know how to even care the way you want them to. So I think sometimes, what I'm trying to say is like sometimes people don't know how, or maybe need to learn.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't translate well when I'm like, love you like a brother.
No, but I think
my brothers weren't very nice. Joking.
They used to beat me up all the time. Don't look at me like that. But no, I kind of agree with what you're saying. I think there's a kind of a connection here, and it's like, I feel like, especially when you talk about like how someone understands love growing up, if it's familiar love, I feel like in the question you asked, was it romantic or were we talking about familiar? And I think it kind of feeds into each other. How you were taught about love in just like the general term, like how your family shows you love, influences when you get older what you look for when you go to romantic love, because you kind of that's your template, right? If you're always taught to value yourself and love who you are and be kind to people, when you grow up and you're looking for people in a romantic relationship, you're kind of looking for people who always have that in them, or will make you feel like that about yourself. So it's like that kind of understanding, especially when, and this is probably not even conscious. It's like, how do you even go to someone? It's like, how were you loved when you were a kid? That's a terrible first date question,
Maybe it's probably quite helpful though, isn't it? You're like, I get why you're not being as kind to me as I thought you'd be.
Yes, yeah. But and I think that's it's a very difficult way to approach someone, but I think in the long term it's really helpful to be like, this person, that's just how they were. They don't mean it like that. That's just how they think. That's how you treat someone if someone is her or something like that.
Yeah,
that's
true.
And that kind of shows you a little bit more about them too. Yeah, no, I feel like this whole idea of like relationships and love and romance is an ongoing thing. It's a thing that we kind of, as we get older, we kind of figure out more and more. So I hope as I get older, I figure out more and more, because I don't know anything right now and it's frustrating. But I think like, yeah, I feel like the more we talk about it, the more we have the conversation, the more clarity, comes to that question,
Yeah, I like the idea of like always kind of being a learner.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't feel that great, like we want to be experts. Like I'm an adult now, I'm in my 30s, I want to feel like an expert, but I think actually it's helpful being like, I don't fully know how things should be. And like you said, communication is everything.
No, I completely agree. I want to also now look at the future of Art Dating Club. We mentioned Glastonbury.
Yeah.
But
pyramid stage. Yeah, we're in conversations with Glastonbury. That's what I'm saying.
Exclusive news. I love that. Hush, hush. But yeah, what are some of the stuff that you guys are excited about for the future of Art Dating Club? What's some of the stuff that people can look forward to?
More events, more like different formats. Now that we have the pitch you made, as well as speed dating, we'll have more and more different stuff.
Matchmaking as well.
Oh yeah.
We've got a matchmaking service, which we're going to reintroduce. And we did like volume 1.
Yeah.
Can you explain what that is first? What is?
So this is kind of the concept of like creating something that we want to experience in the dating world, where we've created a Google form. It's pretty low budget, and it's essentially like a personality test, and the goal is to match you with people whose personalities align, complement. So we ask you questions like, What are you into? What are your hobbies? Describe yourself as a song or an art,
more
art
like
piece.
abstract questions as well.
Exactly, and I know we're not professionals. Well, we've hosted how many? We've
40
got
plus.
40 plus events. We've sold over 1,000 tickets, but I guess we're still not professionals. But we have experienced and watched and hosted many dating events. So I think what we're trying to do is basically bring people together and match people more thoughtfully.
Yeah, so it's not just like you look cute together or blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's like there's more thought that goes into it. But then at the end of the matchmaking thing, we have like an event. So if we get it wrong, I mean, there's still a pool there and you go.
Yeah, you can meet loads of other singles.
Yeah.
I also think as well, I don't know, it's an interesting concept, matchmaking, because it's like, do you think someone could choose your romantic partner better than you can? Because I think, even from my experience, like when it comes into like being on the apps, it's almost like you're not thinking straight. Sometimes it's all gone off like just maybe a picture and you're like, oh, that looks cute. Like I don't know. I'm quite bad to be able to be like, no, think strategically when you're dating. It's kind of vibes based, right?
Yeah, I mean, matchmaking's been around for centuries, right? Most cultures still have it today, where someone else would meets both of you would be like, actually, you and you would get along, but you probably wouldn't know that because I guess you don't see the full picture of yourself, or maybe like you'll see, I just go off Pikachu, like something that reminds me of something that I like. I just go, but it's got terrible basis for relationship. But it's like, someone from the outside, man. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, it's like you said, you don't know the full picture of your experience because it's just normal to you, whereas someone else can see you sometimes better than you can see yourself. It's an interesting one, but I think we're reintroducing that as an event because the idea was to match them digitally, and then I think we realised that doesn't really go with what our ethos is. Like we're very like real life experiences. If we just match people digitally, it's basically the same as the apps. So we're gonna match them in an event. And what else are we excited about besides more formats?
More money.
More money. I guess another format we're going to introduce, picnics.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. Invited in July. We'll have our first year anniversary.
Yeah.
And it's free for all. Just come meet singles. There will be activities.
Yes.
And it's a picnic?
It's a big
That's
picnic
amazing.
At the park. Giant picnic at the park.
We're outside.
It could be great as well, like if you wanted to do any poetry readings. I mean, I think
I'll do one if you do one.
yeah, exactly. I think it could be just an opportunity for like people to bring their own creativity or their own ideas on having fun to the party.
Yeah, and get out in the sun too. Yeah, that would be great. Yes, if you have, hopefully, please have some sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think, like I said at the beginning, you guys are really, really cool. What you do is really, really important. Your events are really, really like amazing. Like, you know, like people are always looking for an alternative to dating. And everyone always says, I want to get off the apps. I want to get off the apps. I hear that a lot by a lot of my friends. But like, where do they go? And they, you know, they kind of feel every other app is the same thing. But I feel like they're looking at the wrong place.
Yeah.
It's the experience that they're looking for. It's meeting people that they should be trying to find. And I think what you guys do, bringing people together through the perspective of art is also, you know, I think is amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. I super enjoyed speaking to you today. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's been really fun.
Yeah, it was super fun. Let's do it again sometime.
100%.
We'll interview you.
Yes. Yeah, look out for that. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, peace.